Schizophrenic people and their ability to feed a fish daily over the duration of 30 days by Harvey and Chris. Schizophrenia is a chronic brain disorder that affects a person's ability to behave and feel things properly. Because of this, schizophrenia can affect nearly every aspect of a person's life. The following study specifically focuses on a schizophrenic person's ability to maintain routine over the span of 30 days with feeding a fish daily. And the results could hopefully be applied to other things that require daily routine, such as taking care of children or hygiene. The aim of the study is to be able to use the information gained to further help people with schizophrenia maintain routine or find new ways to do so. Using past research from the following 3 studies on screen, it can be noted that people with schizophrenia have been commonly found to be able to maintain proper routine with certain things like hygiene. However, they tend to struggle in maintaining things like social relations as found in the second study. In the third study, it was found that overall they have more cognitive impairment, which could possibly impact things like jobs. With this information in mind, the following one-tailed, as it only has one direction, hypothesis can be presented. People with more severe schizophrenia will struggle feeding a fish daily for 30 days more than people with less severe schizophrenia. An alternative hypothesis and null hypothesis can also be presented. People with less severe schizophrenia will struggle feeding a fish daily for 30 days more than people who have more severe schizophrenia. There will be no difference in people with less severe versus more severe schizophrenia and their ability to feed a fish daily for 30 days. The data gathered will be qualitative, as the data will have to be interpreted based on behavior and actions rather than a numerical value. The following study is an experiment, as the independent variable, the severity of the person's schizophrenia, directly impacts the dependent variable, the person's ability to feed the fish daily over 30 days. It also directly exposes the participant to the condition being studied, maintaining the fish. As an experiment was chosen, as it allows us to have control over the variables and to obtain more specific results. On screen is a list of the following pros and cons for the types of designs that could have been used. Because of these, plus the pros of using an experiment design was chosen. How the study will be conducted. Participants will be gathered via volunteer sampling. A flyer will be put up in a 50-mile radius within the location of the study, with information on how to volunteer for the study, which will be through emailing a researcher conducting the study. There will be 3 groups: participants with mild schizophrenia, moderate, and severe. There will be 5 participants in each group. Participants will also be informed of their right to leave the study at any time and to ignore any questions. They will also be informed that there is a camera facing the fish tank. This is to ensure there is informed consent and proper privacy ethics. If at any point unexpected risks arrive, the study will be stopped. The participants will also be informed that they will have to feed the fish, but the purpose of this will not be revealed until the end. Fish food will be provided near the fish tank. Controlled conditions will be set up. Individual rooms, the listed items, and a fish tank will be given to each participant. This is where they will stay for the duration of the study. The fish tank and rooms will all be exactly the same throughout each room. There will be a camera that is only viewing where the fish tank is to observe the participants' behavior with the fish tank. The participants will move into the rooms. The participants will be allowed to bring any belongings they want. Participants will not be allowed to interact with other participants, but can leave the room to go anywhere at any time, even out of the building. Food, water, bathrooms, and leisurely activities, books, games, music, etc., will be provided to try and minimize fatigue effects. This will be a cross-sectional study. This is because it will be performed over a longer period, 30 days, and we will be studying the 3 groups throughout. We are also specifically looking for changes in behavior this entire time, which is also why it will be such. The independent variable will be the person's severity of schizophrenia, and the dependent variable will be their ability to feed the fish daily. The sampling technique used will be volunteer sampling. Volunteer sampling is a technique where the participants choose or volunteer to be part of the study. This will be done by putting up a flyer around the area where the study is being conducted with contact information to volunteer for the study. The pros and cons of each sampling technique can be seen on screen. With all of these in mind, volunteer sampling was chosen due to its convenience and overall little effort. Reliability will be ensured by controlling any variables besides the experimental variables. This is done by setting up rooms for the participants with the fish. Consistency will also be maintained. The same type of leisurely activities will be ensured with all participants. The rooms will all be the exact same, etc. Validity will be ensured by making sure the participants will not interact with each other. This is so that way if one of the participants finds out the true aim of the study, or finds out if the fish is fake, it will only be that specific participant that does so. The true aim will try to be disguised as much as possible, and consistency will be maintained as much as possible as well. Replicability will be ensured by making sure the written observations and results are easily understandable, as well as the things like covariables all being the same for each participant. Standardization will be ensured by all participants being treated the same under the same conditions. Generalizability will be ensured, having an adequate amount of participants. There will be 5 participants for each of the 3 groups, which equates to 15 total. By also studying the behavior of the 3 groups over a long period of time, it helps to ensure the behaviors will eventually start to be more realistic. Overall,
They were fake?
Of course they were fake! This is...
Overall, we believe that this study could work. With proper funding, this study could also be realistic, especially with its small participant size. A way to make it more realistic would be to advertise online instead of with flyers, as flyers may not be read as much or that there may not be any schizophrenic people in the area. What would help this study to make it better is having more background research done in general. Exploring adult schizophrenic people's day-to-day behavior is not something that has been heavily researched. Having more background research may help us conduct and perform the experiment better overall. Another issue could be sample attrition. Participants may leave over time. What would help this is just maintaining properly entertainment and leisurely activities, or even a larger reimbursement, which could be done with better funding. Thank you for watching.